Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. Good morning to everybody who is here. Nice to see you here, Lauren, coming in from Paradise, Lane, probably from the Rome area. Good morning, Tony, coming in from Florida, and Wendy. Wonderful to see all of you here today. Thank you so much for making it out to the wake up call. We're here to do what we do every morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. I'm going to pull a card off the top of the deck, ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and we are going to respond out loud together. I am that affirmation. As we do this, we are building into our own lives and ultimately giving ourselves the mental perspectives necessary in order to really just take whatever it is that life throws at us today. So let's have some fun. Let's pull a card and say that today I am caring. I am caring. My presence leaves a positive impression. So I am caring. My presence leaves a positive impression. Are you caring? You are caring. Your presence leaves a positive impression. I'm going to write that down in the comments. I encourage you guys to do the same thing. As we affirm today that we are caring people, that our presence leaves a positive impression. No matter no matter no matter who we meet or what kind of interactions that we have with people, we are always leaving an impression on others. And it's like, when we walk down the beach, we can't help but leave footsteps in the sand. And so, because we are always leaving an impression on people, the best that we could possibly do is leave a positive impression on people. And I don't know about you, but I very much enjoy it when somebody else leaves a positive impression on me. I very much enjoy it when somebody makes me feel like I'm special, or that I've been heard, or that I've been listened to, or that they really care about whatever it is that's going on in my life. And it took me a long time to realize that other people like that just as much as I do. Because I mean, there have been plenty of times in my life where I was like kind of like apathetic to other people. And of course, being apathetic toward others made them apathetic toward me, because it's very difficult to care about somebody who doesn't care about us. However, when I started to be more proactive about really getting to know people and being being empathetic toward whatever it is that was going on in their lives, I found that I got to have deeper and more meaningful relationships. And those deeper and more meaningful relationships turned into friendships that actually mattered. Where when somebody that I loved, was hurting for some reason, that I was able to be there for them in a way that the previous me was never able to be there for them. That I was able to really exercise that discretion in ways that I otherwise never would have been able to. And so I am caring, and you are as well. And the best that we can possibly do is make sure that our presence leaves a positive impression on the people around us. That their lives are better because we were in them. We're going to run into a lot of people today, especially if we work in like places that face the public, or if we're going to go out and run our errands. It never ceases to amaze me when I go out in public and I see people who are just behaving poorly in public. And I ask myself, I'm like, well, I mean, was I ever that person? I'm sure that I have been. But I realize that as I see people who are behaving poorly in public, I understand that like I wouldn't want to help that person, because that person is just unpleasant to be around. And so that when somebody's presence leaves a negative impression on me, one of the first things that I do is just vacate their presence, because I don't need that in my life. I have enough problem of my own problems without dealing with somebody else having their problems too. And so the fact is that I am caring, and you are as well, and our presence leaves a positive impression. And so today we're gonna go out into the world, and we are going to meet all manner of different people, and we're going to end up in all kinds of different situations. And to the degree that we leave a positive impression on other people's lives, to that degree do we have the ability or the possibility of having a deeper relationship, a deeper connection. I don't know about you, but I know when I started to really genuinely care about other people, I found that there were lots of folks who were around me, folks that I didn't really know all that well, who after I started caring about them a little bit, they really opened up their lives to me, and I was able to have a deeper and more wonderful and more fulfilling connection. Caring about other people is the secret to having better relationships. And so let's do that today. Let's make sure that we really do care about the folks who are around us. And also, when we're going through it, because all of us are going through it too, every single one of us is fighting a battle that nobody else knows anything about. So when when we're going through it and somebody recognizes that in our lives, that we're able and willing to receive their love, that we're willing to receive the presence of somebody who's willing to give it to us. And I love this card because it isn't about the gifts that we give that leaves a positive impression. It's just our presence that leaves a positive impression. Sometimes when I'm really feeling bad, the only thing that I need is for somebody to just like sit next to me. I don't need them to say any words. I don't need their advice. Certainly, I don't need advice from when I'm having a bad day. Perhaps I do need it. I don't want it, and I'm unwilling to receive it. And I'm sure that that's something that we're all very similar in that way. However, when somebody is willing to just be with me and just to come up and give me a hug or something like that, that in itself is just such a very special thing, because I realize that just having somebody else being there for you is oftentimes enough to pull us out of our funks and get us out of our heads for long enough to really be able to see our problems for what they really are, to put them into perspective. I remember that I was having a very, very bad season in life. I mean, I'd been having a bad couple of years. I was living on Maui. I was working in a profession that just didn't suit me at all. I had made some decisions that had nearly bankrupted me, and I was just having a really difficult time with it. And one of my friends said, "Hey, let's go. Let's go hike up the mountain. I'm going up the mountain, and I'm inviting you to come up and hike the mountain with me." It was Haleakala Mountain, the tallest mountain on Maui. And so we went over to the Poli Poli Nature Reserve, which was probably about 8,000 feet up. And I remember that, I mean, I was just like lost in the weeds of all the terrible stuff that was going on in my life at that time, and I just didn't know how on earth anything was going to change. I felt like I had cat made some a series of decisions that was so catastrophic that they couldn't be fixed. And so we went up to the Poli Poli Nature Reserve, and my friend said, she took me to this overlook, and she said, "Hey, let's just enjoy some time at this overlook." And so I overlooked and I saw the little town that I lived in, miles and miles down the mountain, 8,000 feet below me, and I looked at that town and I realized just how small it was, and I could just barely pick out the place that I worked, and the place that all the places that were basically my stomping grounds in that town. I could just see them, and they were teeny tiny, and the world was huge, and my problems were just as small as that town was. And she didn't say anything to me about my problems. She didn't say anything to me about how depressed I was. She just encouraged me to go up into the mountain and take a look. And so I did. And as as I was looking and just kind of sort of gazing, I realized that my problems, which seemed so huge while I was wallowing in them, were actually really small. That there was a whole wide world out there, and that I could make very different choices. And indeed, when I got back down off the mountain, I did. This person didn't offer me advice. This person didn't offer me, a step-by-step program to get out of my troubles. This person just offered me perspective, and it was like, because she cared, she knew what I needed, and she gave me what I needed without offering a word of advice about how what I was doing was wrong or how I could do it better. And I when I came down off the mountain, I made some very different choices. I emailed my boss. I was like, "Hey, this is how it's going to be now, and if you don't want it to be that way, that's fine. You can find somebody else to do this job, and I will go do something different." And that's exactly what happened. They did not like that I had grown a backbone, so they decided that it was best time to sever the relationship, and I said that's good because it's time for me too. And I am very quickly, within about a week, I had found myself in a career, or into a job that became a very amazing career for me, and that turned into something that I never ever would have quit, except that a worldwide pandemic quit that career for me. But the fact is that I wouldn't have ever had the courage to send that email, to make that decision in myself, if I hadn't been taken up to the top of that mountain and observed, the things that I was able to observe because my friend cared so much. And so it wasn't her advice that worked wonders on me. It was just her presence. It was just her helping me to get out of my own head and realize that the world was way bigger than the problems that I was dealing with. And so there have been so many situations in my life where people have cared about me, and their presence has left a positive impression. And so now I feel like it's my job and my duty, really, my kuleana, my sacred responsibility to to carry that forward and to care about other people and to leave a positive impression on their lives. And perhaps simply by my presence, or simply by the love that I share with the people around me, to make the lives of the other people around me better in the same way that I've been the recipient of such gifts. So I am caring today. You are caring as well, and our presence together leaves a positive impression. So I want to say thank you guys so much for being here today. Good morning again to Lauren from Paradise. Good morning, Lane, coming in from Rome. Good morning, Tony from Florida. Wonderful to see all of you here today. Good morning, Wendy. Lovely to see Balanced Bodies just absolutely thriving, and to see to see Hydro Health and Wellness absolutely thriving. So great to see the way that you provide care. I always feel very cared for whenever I visit you. Good morning. Let's see here. Good morning. Um, let's see. I see who's here. Good morning, Susan. Great to see you here today. Good morning good morning, Dan, coming in from Buford. Good morning, John L. from Colorado. Hope that you are having an amazing time racing them little cars and just doing the stuff that you love. Anyways, guys, Pepper and Persephone are doing well. Thank you for asking, Tony. Yeah, so all is well in my world, and thank you so much for caring. All right, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll come out with another one of these. Until then, this is your up to the moment reminder. I love you. I care about you. I believe in you. I know that you are doing good things in life, and I know that you will continue to. Until we meet again, thank you so much for being here, and aloha from paradise.